Hey guys, it's Megan. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and if you're returning, welcome back. Today we're going to do a Pilates chair workout. I'm working on the Balanced Body EXO chair. I have a pair of 3-pound weights, which are optional, and I'm using a mat on the floor, which I would recommend because we are going to do some floor workouts. Just a quick reminder that every box is different, all springs are different. My box is fairly new, which means my springs are very new, so they're very tight. And I'm also 28 weeks pregnant, so this is prenatal friendly, but so I'm going to take it a little bit easier on my springs. So I'll tell you what I'm using. If it's too light for you, always go up in springs, so you're comfortable with the weight, and vice versa, go down if it's too heavy. So let's get started. So we're going to start standing in front of our box, and I have spring load 1 and 1, okay? So that's the very first cactus notch. So it's all the way on the bottom and just 1 and 1 on each side. So like I said, you guys can go ahead and play with your springs, what's comfortable with you, but this is comfortable for me. And we're going to do some single leg work right now. So perfect. So I'm going to start with my right foot, ball of the foot on the pedal, and my left foot is on the floor. Make sure it's like right under your hips. You're not all the way out here like this, and your foot's not too close to the box. Good. So we're just going to start like this, and then we're going to keep our heel elevated here, okay? So don't push it down. Really think about pushing down with the ball of the foot and keeping that heel high. So we're just going to press it all the way down, kind of press it down and position your foot where it's comfortable, and we're going to go into a bicep curl, and then resist that pedal coming up. Engage that core. You might want to find a spot on that floor or that wall to really help you out here with balance. But really think about where muscles we're using. We're using the glutes, the back of our leg, our quad, everything here. So it's a really slow and controlled move, nothing too fast, and you don't want to do that. So if your paddle's going down really hard like that, then you should probably go up in springs. It's probably too late for you. So I'm trying to see how I have my arms, but good. So yeah, just back and forth, be mindful of our foot placement, really try to keep that heel elevated. Spread all 5 toes on to that pedal. Good job, guys. And really think about controlling it coming up. Good. Slight bend in that standing knee so you don't hyperextend it. So a lot going on here. Pull the shoulders back, arms are glued to our side, and you're just bending at that elbow joint into that nice little bicep. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. You're going to keep it halfway. Bring your hands to prayer halfway. Keep that heel lifted and just little tiny pulses here, okay? You want that pedal to move, but you want to keep it in that halfway mark, just up and down, little about inch pulses. Keep that heel lifted. Good job. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press that pedal all the way down. Now keep it down, and now you're just going to lower and lift that heel. So just little calf raises. So if you really start activating that muscle, you'll feel your glute muscle here really starting to fire up. Engaging that core. Good. You can keep your hands still here. Keep that pedal all the way down, and you're just moving from the ball of the foot up and down, bringing that heel. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lift it on up. Good. So we're going to stay there. We're just going to turn to the side. So we're still going to work that same leg, which is my right leg. And now I'm just going to turn it out. I'm going to be facing that camera. And I'm going to turn my floor leg out too. So both my toes are pointing towards the side of that room. So, okay. Good job. So we're gonna do the same thing here. So press that pedal all the way down. Position yourself where you're comfortable. Make sure all your toes are spread out on it. Whew, careful with that pedal. Good. And from here, we're just gonna lift that leg and lower. So we're just gonna bring our arms up, opposite of our leg. So leg comes up, arms come down, arms come up, legs go down. Good, a little coordination here. Same thing here, guys. Be really mindful of the placement of our foot. Try to keep that heel lifted. It's definitely a little bit more challenging in this position. So really working into that inner thigh. Still those quads, back of that leg. A lot of muscles working here. Slow and controlled. And if the arms are too much for you, you can just put your weights down and put your hands right at your waist. Good. Good job, guys. You got this. Slow and controlled. Let's go for 5, 4. Resist that pedal coming up, okay? 3, 2, and last one. Keep that pedal down. Your arms can just come up to prayer here. Rock your left leg out just a little. We're just gonna hold that pedal down now. Both feet down, and we're just gonna do sumo squat into a nice lift through that left leg. So that left leg, that leg that's on the floor, not the pedal, we're gonna lift it up off the ground, the heel, sorry, and then heel down. So just squat and then on like a calf raise. There we go. So you're holding that pedal down with that right leg, and we're just working through those legs, lifting up on that calf raise on that left leg. Hopefully I said that right. Good. And here we're going straight down. We're not arching that butt back. Straight down, up. Let's go for 3, 2, and last one, halfway. Try to see if you can lift both heels and just little pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Both heels down and slowly let that come on up. Good. We're not quite done here. I'm just positioning myself again. We're still going to use our weights, okay? So now we're going to come onto the side of our chair, and we're still working that leg we were just doing. So our right leg's still here, okay? Now I'm going to switch the position of my foot on that pedal, and now it's my heel, okay? So it's not the ball of the foot, it's the heel. Make sure your legs are in line here, where you're comfortable to put that weight down into that pedal. So you can put that pedal down first and then kind of position yourself. I always find it easier to do that. Good. So when you're ready, we're gonna bring our arms up to chest, and then we're just gonna go into a chest press as we press that pedal down. Good. So slight bend into that standing leg, which is that left leg. And really think about pressing through that heel, okay? You can hinge forward just a little here. It really helps you with the weight and your stability. So think about really pressing down with that heel, firing up those glutes. Good. And control that spring coming back. See? So you really gotta find that spot on that wall and find that sweet spot. Good. Let's go for 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna bring our hands up behind us, and we're just gonna do some little pulses with the leg, with arms up. Good. So this is a really difficult one for me. Good. So triceps and a little pulses with that leg. Good, guys. 5, 4, thing on that other side. So now you can see why I was playing with the spring load. So definitely find a spring load that you're comfortable with those single leg exercises. They are pretty difficult, even like on the lighter spring. So you guys can go at your own pace and what you're comfortable with. Let's go ahead and start with our left foot on that pedal. And now our right foot is our standing leg. And make sure the ball of the foot, so let's press the pedal all the way down. Position the ball of our foot on here. All 5 toes spread. And we're going to do the same exact movement, but now we're just going to add shoulder presses instead of the bicep curl, okay? So shoulder press up and down. And then same thing here, be mindful of your foot. Try to keep that heel lifted rather than like wrapping your foot around that pedal, okay? And resist that pedal coming up and resist that big boom. So it's full control. You have full control of that spring. That spring is not controlling you. Putting this all in the glutes, hamstrings, quad, or whole leg here, guys. Good job. Find that spot on that wall. Stay focused. Think about your form. Pull those shoulders back. Engage that core. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Press it all the way down. Reposition your foot. Hands come to prayer. And we're going to bring it in just halfway here. Okay? And now we're just going to pulse it up and down. So it's little inch pulses, staying in that middle area. Keep that heel lifted. Good. Really feel those legs firing up here, guys. Stay strong. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2. The last one, press it all the way down. Keep that pedal down now. And now we're just going to lower and lift our hip. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release that pedal back up and come on down. Good job, guys. Okay, so first I just wanted to reposition my camera. I think I was zoomed in a little and it's gonna get cut off on my head. So I think it's better now. Now, okay, so let's come onto the side of our box and we're still gonna work into that same leg. So our left leg is still our working leg here. I'm gonna bind my heel onto that pedal. Might take you a couple times to push it down. Kind of position yourself here, like I said, where we're comfortable. And we're gonna go into those shoulder presses with single leg, using our heel here. So slight bend in that floor leg, which is my right leg. Don't hyperextend it. You can hinge forward a little to really get into that left leg, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. So press through that heel, shoulder press out and in. Good job, guys. So really find a spot on the floor or the wall here, sorry. Whew. And really press down and resist that pedal coming up as you come in. So that spring tension is right where we want it, in our glutes, back of that leg, quads, everything. Good, slow and steady here. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2. The last one, keep that pedal down. Arms come up and around into triceps. And now we're just going to do pulses with the leg with some triceps. Keep your elbows narrow. Good. Just like that. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. on. Slowly lift that pedal up and come on down. Good job, guys. So we can go ahead and just put our weights to the side. We're gonna put those to the side for now. And now we're gonna come in front of our box. So it'd be in front where the pedal is, okay? Make sure your legs are about hip distance apart. You have enough room away from the box where we're gonna do some roll downs. We're just gonna bring some spine articulation into it really quick. If you're pregnant like me, you can take these rounding forward a little bit wider. If you're not pregnant, try to really think about dipping the chin and getting that spine articulation one vertebrae at a time. So let's go ahead and reach our arms up towards the ceiling. Nice little stretch. Then we're gonna dive down, tuck the chin. Hands are gonna come onto the pedal. Make sure you're about hip distance apart. If you're pregnant, you can be a little bit further than that. And then from here, we're just gonna press the pedal all the way down. Feel that spine, and then come on up. So you just wanna stay right there and just tucking in and out. Feel a nice stretch of the hamstrings. And tuck it in as you come on up. You don't have to come all the way up, bringing the hands up overhead. Sorry, my phone. And then just keep going down. Should feel nice. It's just a nice little stretch here. Good job. Last one here, guys. And we're going to come on up. And now we're going to find ourselves same position, but now we're going to press that pedal down about halfway. So you can see I get a nice flat back here. You want to bring your shoulders in line with your hips. You're not all the way down here or up here, okay? So really try to think about a nice flat back here, slight bend in those knees. Reach the crown of that head long. And now we're going to keep our arms straight. So we're going to go into a protraction, retraction here. So keeping that arm straight, you're just going to push down and then allow it to retract back. Feeling the shoulder blades come closer to each other, but you're not pinching them. And then when you push down, you're going to feel them separate from one another. So it's a very slow movement. It probably doesn't look like I'm doing a lot here, but you're really feeling those back muscles work really hard. This little exercise will leave you so sore back there, I'm telling you. It's really slow and controlled here, guys. So think about nice flat back, and you're just protracting and retracting. Arms stay straight the entire time. So you're moving from that shoulder girdle, and you're not pinching the shoulder blades together as you come in. You're just reducing just kind of the space between them. Let's go for 3, 2, and 1. Come on up and slowly roll on up. Good job, guys. So now we are going to come onto our knees, and now I'm going to do a spring change here, okay? So if you're following with me, I have springs 1 and 1 on. So now I'm actually going to take 1 spring off, and I'm going to move 1 spring to 2. Okay, so I just have 1 spring on, and it's on level 2 here. Okay, good. So now we're going to go ahead. We're going to do this exercise now on our knees. So first off, walk your legs back a little bit further. So when you have your hands on that pedal, you can come into a nice little child's pose here. So child's pose, arms up overhead. You're able to bring your body between your legs. And also with this child's pose, you're also getting a nice stretch through that back here, okay, with those arms up. So it's a nice chest opener. And then same thing here, we're going to keep our arms straight, and we're going to just pull them straight down, all the way down. As we bring our arms down, we're going to lift our chest up, kind of like a cobra, or like a mermaid, whichever you want to bring it to. And And then, so now you have a nice back extension. I'm not arching my head back. I'm keeping the line with my spine. And I'm going to slowly resist that pedal coming up. And I'm going to bring my chest back down towards my mat. So you get that shoulder stretch, chest opener. And now I'm going to keep my arms straight, pull it down. So think about pulling your shoulder blades down from your ears and bringing it up. We're lifting up through that chest. Nice back extension. Exhale. Good. And then inhale as you come back down. So these are another thing, really slow and controlled. So now you can see why I changed my spring load, maybe just to 1. This pedal can get heavy. Like I'm telling you, my springs are new, so they're very tight. So I don't need to be on too heavy to get a really good workout or stretch with it. And then last one, come on up. So you should be changing your springs about every 24 months. So every 2 years, you should be changing your springs on your reformer, your box, because you want to try to keep them as new as possible so you can get the best of your workout. And just hang out here for a second. Perfect. So come on up, guys. We're not done. We're still going to do another exercise on the mat. So we're going to do a plank series here, okay? So depending where you are in your practice, if you're pregnant and you're not comfortable with planks, or if you are postnatal and you just had a baby and you have a little DR, careful with planking too. So let's go ahead. I'll show you some variations that we can do it. So let's press that pedal all the way down. Like I said, you don't want that pedal to be too heavy here, especially in these plank versions. It can be like too dangerous if it's too heavy. Okay, so you want it on that lighter load here. So that's why I only have 1 spring on and it's on my 2nd notch. Good. From here, so make sure your knees are right under your hips. You don't want to be too far out. So knees right under your hips, wrists right under our shoulders here. And I'm going to just show you, if you're pregnant or you're not comfortable with planks, you can just go ahead, keep that spring down, and you can just lift opposite arm, opposite leg. So just lifting opposite arm, opposite leg, switching hands to keep that spring pedal down. And just careful, you want to try to keep your pelvis as still as possible. You don't want to be rocking like this, okay? So it's a very slow and controlled move here. If that's too easy for you, you want a little bit more challenge. If you're pregnant or not comfortable with planks yet, you can just tuck the toes and you can just kind of come into knee hovers and down. So I just gave you 2 variations, whatever you're comfortable with. Go ahead with those. If you're not pregnant, or if you are pregnant and you are comfortable with planks, go ahead and follow me. So we're going to push our hands into that pedal. Make sure it's secure. We're going to walk our left foot out. Press through that heel. Feel the back of that leg really lengthen here, okay? And then when you're ready, we're going to reach that other leg out. So now I'm in a full plank, like bending my elbows, push those heels back, and now I'm just going to lift 1 arm up at a time. If you have a split pedal here, this would be a good time to split it and just lifting 1 pedal up at a time. Really challenging here. But if you don't, just hold the pedal down and 1 arm up at a time. And the same thing here, guys. Hug. Bring your navel to spine. If you're pregnant, really hug your baby with your core muscles and really resist rocking those hips back and forth. Good, just like so. Same thing, and if lifting the arms too much, you can just hold this plank. Good, let's hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stay there. We're just gonna walk our right hand in the middle, pivot the feet, and come right into a side plank. Good, hopefully you're here with me, guys. And then let's just do a little dip. Dip down, down, and down. Both hands down, And now we're just gonna switch it to that other side and just 3 dips. Take your time here. Make sure you have full control of that pedal, especially when we're rotating and switching those hands. Good job, guys. We are almost done here, okay? Keep breathing. Nice long spine. Lift up on that oblique when we're doing those dips. And let's just do this side. And last time on this other side. For 3, 2, and 1. Both hands down, knees come down, and let that pedal come on up very slowly and right into a child pose. And come on up. Good job, guys. So now we're gonna come onto our box. I'm gonna put my weights to this side, okay? We don't really need our weights right now again. And we're going to sit onto our box here. And I'm actually gonna add one more, bring our spring load back on. So now I'm gonna have that spring that I took off, I'm actually gonna put it back on to the level 1. So I have level 1 and 2. So I have 2 springs on, 1 and 2, okay? So that's what works for me here. And we're just gonna do a little mermaid variation. So we're gonna sit onto our box. In the first variation of the mermaid, we're gonna cross our legs and squeeze our inner thighs together here, okay? And we're gonna place our left hand onto that pedal. So we're gonna keep our leg in this isometric hold. So really think about squeezing those inner thighs together. Quads are on to hold our legs here, okay? And it's not gonna be a really big side bend just because we're really focusing on keeping our legs lifted. So let's bring our right arm up towards the ceiling. Inhale here, and then exhale, press into that pedal and just bending over towards that left side. Bring it on up and arms out to a T. So here we're just gonna do a few of these. Go at your own pace, but really think about keeping those legs lifted here, guys. If you're shaking, I am too. So shaking and strengthening. Squeeze those legs together. You can cross your feet at those ankles and just keep those legs lifted. Let's go for 3. Think about pulling those shoulders back too. I'm guilty of that too, so I'm constantly reminding myself. 2. Whew, legs are shaking. Good job, guys. The last one. And then let's just stretch towards that opposite side. Keep those legs lifted. And then back down. Let the legs come down. Awesome. So now that we did that one, let's go in just into that really deep stretch of a mermaid here. So now you can bring half of your body off of that chair here. Have your left leg, hopefully you guys are mirroring me, have your left leg on that floor as support, your right leg over, and then now, excuse me, this will be our deepest stretch for mermaid. So we're really gonna get into that left side. So arms out to a T. Inhale as you come on up, and then exhale as you stretch over towards that left side. See if you can get real deep into this one. Arm comes up and back to a T. Good. So take your time here, close your eyes. This can just be a really amazing stretch. This should feel really, really good. Good. Especially from all the legs we did, arms, planks. Good job, guys. Last one here. And then let's just stretch over towards that right side. And come back in. Good. So before we hit that other side, we're just going to kind of come around the world here. So if you're short, like super short, you can grab your box here from your reformer and place it here so your feet are comfortable. My box, my chair kind of has this like little wooden thing back here, so it's easy for me to place my feet here to rest them, so this is comfortable for me. But like I said, if it's uncomfortable to have your feet dangle, especially for this next variation, we're just gonna do a chest opener, you can grab your box. With that being said, if you are pregnant in your second and third trimester, you're just gonna take this exercise as a chest opener, okay? Do not do any ab work here. If you are not pregnant or you're still in your first trimester, you can do this as a chest opener and do some ab work. So I'm not gonna be able to do the ab work, but I can coach you through it. So sitting up nice and tall, we're gonna find our pedal, both hands come down. Sit yourself a little bit closer towards the end of your box here so you have more room for like your C curve here, or just your lower back going onto that box. So I have both hands onto my pedal, fingers are out, okay? You don't want your hands in towards the inside of the box, you want your fingers towards the outside. And when you're ready, I'm gonna show you if you're pregnant. If you're pregnant, you wanna keep your feet flat. So either have your box, or if you have a chair like mine, you have this nice little wooden platform, and you're just gonna press down, pulling the shoulders away from your ears, and then coming on up with a nice straight spine. We're not C-curving in, okay? We wanna keep that spine nice and long the entire time. So we're here, we're just opening up our chest, getting a nice stretch through that chest here. We're not putting any strain or pressure on our abdominal muscles. We're avoiding that doming thing that we don't want to do, okay? So I'll try to coach you through it if you're not pregnant. If you're not pregnant, you can bring your legs up to tabletop. I'm just going to bring one to tabletop, but you can bring both legs to tabletop if you're not pregnant. So when you come down, really get a nice lengthen through that spine, and then when you come up, think about a nice C curve, bringing your chest up towards that knee. And if you have both legs up, you'll definitely get a nice ab crunch. And if you want, you can go into teaser here. So bringing both legs up, pointing those toes. I'm not gonna do it. It doesn't feel good for me. I can feel the pressure on my abdominals. So if you can, go ahead. I'm sorry I can't show you, but if you've done chairs before, you'll probably know exactly what I'm talking about. Good job, guys. And last one here. Make it a good one. Open up that chest and come on up. And slowly come on up. Good. So now we're going to go towards the other side. So my back's going to be towards you guys here, but we're going to start with that mermaid variation again. So the first one was with our legs extended out, heels crossed, squeezing those inner thighs together, okay? So when you're ready, cross the feet at the ankles, squeeze those inner thighs together, and try to keep everything in line. See if you can bring your ankles in line with your hips here, okay? Really think about squeezing those inner thighs together. That's gonna help you out here. And then when you're ready, let's go ahead, arms out to a T, inhale up, left arm comes up, and then exhale, bring your right hand onto that pedal, and then just nice little bending over, feeling that left side of the oblique open, and then come on in. So the movement here doesn't have to be too big. We're just really focusing on trying to keep those legs lifted. I know if you're shaking, I'm there with you guys. Lots of leg work today. We are almost done, I promise. Good. Squeeze those inner thighs, almost done. Let's do one more, see if you can make it big. Lift those legs up even higher. Come on in, keep those legs lifted, and we're just gonna stretch towards that left side. Pull those shoulders back. And come on in. Whew. Legs are shaking, good. Now let's go into that deep stretch mermaid. So that nice seated one. So bring your left leg down. Right leg is still over that chair or the seat here. And from here, arms out to a T. Left arm comes up, inhale, and then exhale. Make this as deep as you can, bringing that pedal all the way down, really opening that side of that body, and come on up. Good job, guys. Pull those shoulders back. Really think about form here. Take this as a nice stretch. This should feel really good. Let's do one more. And then come on up. And then let's just stretch towards that left side. And come on up. Good. We are almost done, I promise. About 2 more exercises. Okay, good. From here, so we're gonna sit onto our box, and now we're gonna bring our feet onto that pedal. So heels apart, toes together. So first position, if you're pregnant like me and your belly's in the way, you can have your heels a little further away from each other. They don't have to be touching, just to make this a little bit more comfortable. It's not really a leg exercise here. We're gonna do some tricep dips, okay? So if the spring load's too light for you and you can't assist yourself, go heavier and vice versa. So let's press that pedal all the way down. You wanna scoot your butt all the way towards the edge of your chair here. Hands are going to be at the edge of your of your chair. Make sure your fingers are down this way, not facing towards that back wall, okay? So you want your fingers where your body is. And then when you're ready, scoot your butt off of that here. You can bring your feet up to a nice little frog position, keeping your arms pretty narrow towards your body. And now we are just gonna dip with the triceps. So our feet aren't really doing anything here, guys. They're just on that pedal along for the ride. All our weight is going in to the triceps. Good. So now if you have that lighter spring load, it's going to be more challenging. So like I said, you don't want to be too light here. Let's go for 3. Try to get as low as you can. 2. And last one, bring it on up. Whew. That was very challenging. My spring load isn't too heavy, but it's not too light, just kind of that middle ground, and I definitely felt that in my triceps a lot. So hopefully you guys did too. Good job, guys. We are almost done here, okay? We're just gonna finish with some step ups and then we are done. So now I'm gonna do another spring change. So I'm just gonna go 2-2. So I'm gonna bring that spring that I had on 1, and I'm gonna bring it on 2. So I have both of my springs on 2. So I really just go between 1 and 2. That's kind of like my comfortable ground right now, especially being pregnant. There's not too heavy and it's not too light for me. So it's like perfect for the weight. It makes me feel secure on the chair without feeling like I'm putting too much pressure on my belly and too challenging. So perfect. Let's go ahead and bring our spring load our pedal all the way down with our right foot, and we're gonna walk our left foot onto the box, the chair. Sorry, I keep saying box and reformer. Onto that chair. You want to make sure it's right in line with your hip. You don't want it too far out, okay? So you want to make sure your knee and hip, everything's out. Your knee's not pointing out to the side or it's not in the middle. You want it straight ahead. And bring your foot a little bit closer towards the end of that carriage, because as we step up, sorry, a truck is driving by. Okay. I work in my garage. I've said this multiple times, so I can't help what happens out there. So I'm sorry if you hear like children or cars driving by. But anyways, it's good, guys. So we're gonna stay here, hands on your hip. So this is where your spring load is really gonna come in. So the heavier, the more assistance you'll have with these step ups, and the less spring load, the more challenging it will be. So I'm in that middle ground. So when you're ready, let's go ahead and step all the way up. My head might get cut off here. And then down. So all of our weight is really in that leg that's on top of the chair, okay? The pedal leg is really just there for the ride. So you're stepping all the way up and down. Good job, guys. You want to put a little hinge into this. It will definitely help moving up and down. Feel those glutes working really hard. Woo. If you want, you can be closer towards that wall. It'll help you out here for 2 and 1. Good. Come in halfway. Hands to prayer. Both knees are bent and we're just going to press down with that pedal. All that weight's still in that left leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press all the way down. Woo. And come on down. Good job. Rub it out. That was definitely super challenging. So sorry for that loud truck. Okay. When you're ready, we're going to take this onto that other side. So now we're going to place our left foot onto that box. Position your foot where it's comfortable and placing your right foot onto the top of the chair here. So now our right leg is our working leg, okay? Hands at hip or at prayer, whatever you're comfortable with. Remember, knees are pointing straight. They're not out. They're not in. If you want to be closer to the wall, so your hand can go on there to help you, be my guest. When you're ready, let's get started. We're going to press up, lifting up, really pressing through that heel on my right leg and down. So remember, our weight is really in that working leg, which is on top of that chair. The pedal leg is just along for the ride. Really slow and controlled here. Good. You got this, guys. Let's go for 3. 2. Last one, come up, and then halfway, bent knees, and now that pedal leg just pulsing. Stay in that right leg bend. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press it down, and slowly come on down. We're gonna keep our foot onto that pedal, and we're just gonna hold onto our chair and just kind of lean back. Get that nice stretch in the back of the legs. Good. Kind of put your weight over the box and then just sit those hips back. And let's come on up. Alright guys, thank you so much. That was about a 45-minute chair workout. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for weekly workouts. I'm so sorry about that truck driving by. Hopefully it didn't interrupt the workout too much. I apologize for the noise out there again. But anyways, thank you guys so much. And let me know if you have any comments, suggestions, requests. Leave it in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful day. Bye.